Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday, January 15th. And we have had a big push up overnight. Good morning, everybody. Snowing here like crazy here in the beautiful Canada. Hey, good morning, Heat Trader. I think you would love all the snow here. We have so much snow. We're in the middle of another snowstorm. Pi loved it. He runs like a reindeer through the snow. And he smiles. He's so happy. After I trade this morning, I'm going to take him back out to the trails, let him off a leash, and let him have a really, really good time. Hi, good morning, Lavere. Good morning, Andre. Did you guys happen to see or catch that really great setup yesterday afternoon? I mean, yeah, thanks, Heather. Um, did you guys happen to see that great setup yesterday afternoon? It was a perfect setup. I took it, and then I guess Trump was on his committee or speaking with his committee or whatever yesterday. And can I film the walk in the snow? Sure, sure. It's crazyville out there today. Like, oh my God, I was making new trails on the trail, right? Because not many people are walking on the trails like with this kind of snow. So it's okay, I'll film it. Sure, yeah, no problem. Oh my God. Wait till you see my dog running in it. He's like a reindeer. So, it was a perfect setup yesterday afternoon. So let's just take a look at it because you'll see why I entered it. And then price started going like crazy, started whipsawing around, and I thought, wow, like what's going on? And then I remembered that Trump was on that open talk committee yesterday. And so let's go to the 5 minute. Just go to the 5 minute on your charts and take a look at 1335. So it was just before the 145 macro opened up. And let's take a look at that because that's really where um, the push started yesterday. This whole push up overnight, that's where it started. So let's just take a quick look on the 5 minutes so we're all looking at the same thing. I'm bringing up ES here so you can see the SMT as well. Anyway, I wasn't at my desk when I first saw it, but I'll show you where I entered. Okay, so on the 5 minute, it's the 1335 candle. So we have a low, then a lower low. Here is the SMT between here and here. And if we look at ES, we have the SMT from this candle to this candle. So very easy to see that SMT. And then even on the 5 minutes, you didn't even have to drop down to the lower time frames. Here is the inverted fair value gap. Then we had okay, this is on the higher time frame. We had the fair value gap. Let's just put it in there. But on the lower time frames, you'll see it on the lower time frame. So we had a BISI. So I'll just put that in there. Change in the state of delivery would be, so if this is the low, this candle here, and then um, the change in the state of delivery would be here. Change in the state of delivery. We have a breaker. We have a breaker block. Choose low. Oops. high, lower low, higher high. Boom. Like that, that's the setup that it happens every single day. You just have to be like sitting in front of your computer to see it or to find it. And then this wick, this might have been the wick that took me out, actually. And then if we just extend the BISI and the inverted fair value gap, look where this 1500 candle came right down into the fair value gap and then rejected immediately. And then off it went for the entire night. There we go. Just move that out of the way. So if we had entered that at the right time, so let's just say we entered at the change in the state of delivery, that's 497 and we're still running at 914. There's your 500 points before the market even opens. Anyway, that's too bad that I got stopped out. And then when Asia opened last night, I was looking at Asia right here. And I thought maybe I should enter right here, just seeing that this setup would still be in play. And then anyway, I didn't want to sit up all night watching this run, so I didn't take it. But hey, good morning, Just USA. So anyway, that was the smart money reversal setup. That's how easy it is to see. It's that clear, it's that definitive, and that's on the 5 minute. If you go down to the 1 minute or the 2 minute, you'd be able to even get an earlier entry. So I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you did not see that yesterday afternoon on the chart, but that's ultimately what I'm looking for on a daily basis. A smart money reversal that is as clear as this one was. You know, if you have to sit and think, was that manipulation, or I'm not sure, or it's ambiguous, then it's just best not to take it, because when this setup comes, and it appears every day, almost every day, it should be clear as mud. Like it should just not be, there should not be any question that this was just a great setup. Let's just go down to the 2 minute just for fun and take a look at it. There, look, you could have got in, changing the state of delivery, still around the same, because this was a really nice displacement down, good strong candles down. So changing the state of delivery would have been in the same place. Anyway, gorgeous, right? The only thing that would be different would be the fair value gap is down here, right? And then the inverted fair value gap, same place. But you could have entered maybe a little bit earlier. You would have had to have your stop loss maybe at the consequent encroachment of this BISI, just to avoid these kind of wicks taking you out. So anyway, lovely. This is one for the journal. So unemployment came in a lot lower than anticipated. So here we are, Thursday, unemployment claims. So the previous month was 207. We were forecasted for 215,000 and the actual came in at 198,000. So we came in a lot less unemployment claims. So that means a lot fewer people lost their jobs, right? So the government had forecasted 215,000 people would probably be submitting unemployment claims, but only 198,000 did. So this we could infer from this that the economy is, you know, maybe businesses are doing a little better, a little stronger than anticipated, which is a good thing for the people. It's a good thing for the businesses. So less people lost their jobs than the government had anticipated or forecasted. So that's why I think price is moving up here. It's a very positive sign. It's positive for business. So anyway, so that's that. I just wanted to share that this morning before the market opened. So in terms of, let's just go to the hourly. So this was interesting yesterday once the dust settled. Remember I said yesterday that I would be bullish until and unless price broke below this daily BISI here. So price came, I'm just going to take off this breaker block from yesterday. If you guys journal this trade as something like or this setup, It would be great for your journals because that is a perfect setup. That is exactly what we're looking for. So I said yesterday that unless and until price broke below this daily BISI here, I would be bullish. And look where it came. It dropped all the way down and dropped right to 25,419 and then started moving up and has been strong ever since. So I think this was a very slick, tricky move by smart money. I think they were kind of tricking everybody into thinking that, oh my God, the bottom was going to fall out and we were just going to continue. So they came all the way down here, they stripped everybody's stops, and then a strong move up. So this could be interesting. This could be, we took all this liquidity yesterday. This could be the momentum to take us to the previous month high. And then let me move to the 4 hour to this area up here that we haven't been to since, I think I said it was November the 4th. We haven't been up here since November the 4th. So this could be, they brought price down. They wanted to buy it at a really, really low price and then push it up here. And then, who knows where they're going to sell it, right? If they're going to go to all-time highs or just up here. But tricky move by smart money. I find economics fascinating. Hey, good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Mr. Jamie White. You had an awesome trade this week. Alabama is in the house. Okay, so this is the 4 hour. We have an hourly. I added this new important level up here yesterday on my chart because this is an area where price has come to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times and rejected from here. So I've added this new blue level. So that gives us 3 blue levels on the chart. We have this one down here that I've had here for like 6 weeks, 8 weeks. This is my new one because this level here we have rejected from multiple times. So I will be watching this with interest. Will price move through it and then use this as support to move above? And then above we have this blue area, and this is for 7 times prices come up here and rejected each time. So these are the 2 blue areas in play. This one I'm going to retract for now because it's just not, we don't need to look at it for now. And then again, this is the daily BISI that so long as we're above, I personally am bullish. This one we can take out. And that's pretty much, this SIBI here is from, let's go to the hourly. This SIBI up here is from, just find, I think it's, I think I moved it just a second here. And this SIBI right here is kind of where the blue one is. Let's switch that to pink. These are the 2 SIBIs that have not been halfway through. We've gone halfway through it. Anyway, these are the areas that I'm looking at this morning. Yeah, that's what I've got on my chart. So Anyway, that's that. Let's just take a quick look at where London and Asia were overnight. So again, my blue boxes are sessions. So it is the London session. I'm going to take this off. So this is Asia last night. Asia came down, tapped into this SIBI here, which originated from the smart money reversal, started moving its way up, and then London has moved up. We had a bit of consolidation here, and then this would have been around 5:15, and then 8:30 we had a little bit of a push up here. So we've got Asia high has been taken, London high, AM high, and I'm just looking over here at these session highs from last Tuesday. These are the highs from Tuesday. And we have London low, we have Asia low, previous month high above us. Here's our week open. So we are still just below the week open. And then if we move down to the 5-minute, we can see a little more detail. Again, here's Asia. It was pretty flat until finally started to move at 23.55. And then London started moving up at 2:30. So London does not manipulate before 2:30. And this happened right at 3 a.m. So this was a nice manipulation from London here. BISI, change in the state of delivery, SIBI, and this would have been another entry here. So anyway, these are the things. Hey, David West, good morning. Mr. David Westfelt, good morning. All right, so that's it. It's 9:17, and that's kind of what's on my radar. So I am bullish. Let's just quickly take a look at the weekly while we're here. So here's our weekly candle. Long wick to the bottom. So we came all the way down. We stopped just before this order block. Now, if you push your order blocks up to the top of the wicks, then it actually tapped into the order block. I don't. For order blocks, if I have a nice body, I just use the body. So price has come down just above this order block. And then like an elastic band just moved right back up. Here we have previous month high, and here's our all-time highs up here. And I think this level, throw a fib on that. And look at the quarters. And we are just below the 50th percentile or the consequent encroachment of this wick, these wicks here. And then from here, we have the next SIBIs up. So, okay, so that's where we are. What I would be wanting to see happen is to have a pullback to a logical place and then have a continuation. That's logically what I would be hoping for, because if it just continues right up, it's pretty hard to jump in on that kind of a movement. And then just back to the 2 minutes here. And once market opens, I'll move to the 1 minute so we can take a look at the fair value gap, or the first presented fair value gap. Today might be, last week we were kind of talking about, that first presented fair value gap was a really nice jumping off point. If price was already in an upward movement and there wasn't really a good place to get in, that the first presented fair value gap may be something to consider. Just throwing that out there. Good morning, Zornitza. We have Vietnam in the house. Nice to see you. It has got to be late at night, Vietnam. I'm thinking. What are you? You're like 10 hours ahead, right? So this has just been a push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, pull back. And so we are on obviously the buy side of this model. And when you get this kind of beautiful movement up, you can see the breakers in this, right? Low, high, low, low, high. This one didn't come down further, but this is low, high, low. Low, high, not quite lower. High, low, high, high, low, high, high, low, high, high, low, high. So they're breaker blocks all the way up. So tomorrow, guys, I'm not live streaming. It's Friday. I probably won't live stream Fridays because I try not to trade on a Friday, especially if I've had like a pretty good week. And there's no news tomorrow. So the only volatility would be 9:30 coming into the market. So would like to see some sort of a pullback. London low is down here, Asia low is down here. And it could be that this thing just burns up all day. And then, I mean, who knows? And here our 4-hour candles basically just stacked one on top of another. Yeah, 12 hours difference from Vietnam to New York time. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Ornitza. For whoever was on the live stream yesterday, I took that trade in the afternoon, the last one that I took with you guys, and I ended up getting stopped out. Price returned on me. And anyway, I watched it for a little bit and it had a beautiful reversal. And I took that reversal and I took it all the way back down. So I got, I'm not going to use the word revenge because I never revenge, but it was nice feeling like it was just a really, really deep pullback. But I saw the opportunity. It pulled back into, it was the fair value gap. Look at the push up now. It was, I'm going to move this over here. And let's just take a look and see if we have any week opening gaps up here. I think we pretty much covered all these new week opening gaps yesterday. Here, it was right here. 11:30, this one. I took this short right here. Remember, I was in here down here somewhere hoping that price would come just a little bit further down to the second new week opening gap, and it didn't. It kind of retraced all the way back to here. And that's when it stopped me out, and I was annoyed with that. But anyway, I saw as soon as it went into this SIBI, it started to expand down again. So anyway, I took the trade down and it was a nice trade. And then shortly after that, smart money reversal happened right here. And then we had this move all the way up overnight. So lots of opportunities to trade yesterday. And other than the morning manipulation was a little bit tricky, but other than that, it was straightforward. Let's just see here. All right, let's see what this morning brings. I am like super patient because this thing is just on its way up like it's flying a kite or something. NQ looking good. NQ and ES, just a big burn up. And YM moving up, not as quickly, but YM's always a little slower. I'm going to add just a line right here at the top of these wicks. Hey, good morning, Janine. Oh, hey, Tandy. Oh my God. Mozambique is in the house. Vietnam is in the house. Who else do we have here? USA, Alabama. Andre is in the house. Heat Trader. So good to have people from all over the world. Canada. Oh, the UK. Yay. My mom was born in the UK. Hi, Demon. Demon 60. Florida, yes. I could use some Florida weather about now. We have another big snowstorm here today. Someone asked me to video it when I go out later with my dog, which I'm going to do. For you guys that do not live in a snowbound tundra like I do, I'm sure it's going to feel funny to watch a video like that, but we have a lot of snow. So there's our first presented fair value gap on NQ. Two from Alabama. I love those Southern men. Like, come on, y'all. Just listening to you guys talk, I just love it. That Southern drawl just makes you feel so relaxed. So we've got just a little bit of a like a pullback here. There's the first presented fair value gap. I can tell you that I will not be shorting uh, like anything anytime soon after a run up like this. I'm just not because the market's very bullish. What I'm hoping for is some sort of a pullback to something that makes sense and then an opportunity to go long. Other than that, it could be a pretty boring morning for me. Oh my God, Scotland is in the house? Are you kidding me? I love Scotland. I was in Scotland. I traveled all over Scotland about 5 years ago. Edinburgh is one of my favorite places, and I hiked all through Isle of Skye. And like the weather changes every 30 seconds there, right? Like rain jacket on, rain jacket off, rain jacket on, rain jacket off. I love Scotland so much. Nicest people, great food, wonderful bakeries, and landscape that never gets old. Wow, so happy to have you here. That's amazing. And men in kilts, don't even get me started. You got rain, Janine? Well, we got lots of snow. Oh yeah, Janine, you've been to Scotland? Yeah. Oh my God, Scotland is amazing. I can't wait to go back. I'd like to go for the Scottish Games. So just thinking here where, price might run to. I'm not sure how far it's going to come down, but got to use a high right here at 723. But I just like to see the pullback as far as possible and then a continuation. Oh yeah, Inverness to Glasgow. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I've went all around Scotland. Um, traveled by train. I loved it. But Isle of Skye. I did not want to come home. I want to go to the very, very tip of Scotland, and there is some really great sea kayaking out there that you can do. Anyway, that's what trading is all about, right? Those travel goals. Just going to flip to the 1 hour chart for a second here. I just want to quickly add any large key bissies in here. There. Okay. Good morning, XMT. You'd like to see a pullback to the hourly BPR that formed at 4 a.m. I think this might be the pullback right here, but let's just take a look here on the hourly at 4 a.m. Let's just quickly take a look here. Right here. This one down here. This is the 1 o'clock. So this one, balance price range down here. Yeah. If we just take our fib and we pull from this leg to where we currently are, Let's just pull an OTE, optimal trade entry. So for this price leg to come back into an area of fair value or discount, it would have to be to at least the 50%, if not to 62 to 79%. So let's just draw that like 50% to 79. Actually, we'll just leave that on the chart. I'll put that on the minutes and the hours so that we can see it. For me, that would be like, unless it comes back into discount, right? There's really not much. So here's our 50% down here. And then here's our 62 to 79%. I'm like, I don't know it's going to come down that far. It seems it's pretty hardcore bullish right now, but let's just leave that on the chart and we'll see what happens. Here's the 50% right here. Yeah, I think it's too far down as well, Lavere, realistically. Yeah, for me, like I need to see, there we go. So right back above that first presented fair value gap and looking very aggressive. Above here are the equal highs. So if we just extend along the previous day high, if we just take that line and just extend it along for a second, price came back down and then pushed above previous day high. So that's a logical place to me as well because it's a key level, that previous day high. So that might have been a nice jumping off point as well. The thing is, I have my model and I only trade my model. And I know that may sound like, well, you're missing these opportunities, Louisa, but here's the thing. I stopped trading a bunch of ICT things like a long time ago, and I'm sticking firmly to my model because I'm just being disciplined with it. And so today may be just one of those days where, my model doesn't, it might not be the day for my model, but anyway, I'm keeping an open mind. So here is a higher high, High, push down. I just don't want to short. I'm not shorting for darn sure. I'm not shorting on a bullish day. And we might get a little, might get a little cranky the closer we get to these equal highs. That's what ICT says, right? The closer you get to all-time highs. Previous week high is right here. Price can get a little jumpy. So here's the previous week high right here. So it was 946. First macro is starting. We have a high, a higher high. We do have an SMT. So we have a change in the state of delivery. So if this is the last push up, the change in the state of delivery is, I mean, it's ugly, but it's here. Change in the state of delivery. High, higher high, SMT. But we have a SMT on a larger time frame below. See how NQ made a higher high, ES made a lower high. But again, the higher time frame trend is bullish. Change in the state of delivery here. High, low, higher high. And I'm just talking out loud, like I'm not shorting this thing. What day was it that I was shorting? Was it Monday or Tuesday? It might have been Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, I made a note. I stuck it up here on my wall. Do not short highs on a bullish day. I'm not doing that again. But this pullback is kind of nice for a continuation. Got London low down here. I would need to see, so we got high, low, higher high. We need to see a lower low, then a pullback, and then a movement down. That's what I would have to see. And again, that's going against a bullish movement, right? I need to see a lower low, and then I would need to see a pullback. And then I would need to see a drop. That's what I would need to see for me today. High, low, higher high, lower low, pullback, and then drop. Changing the state of delivery, SMT, not quite a breaker yet. And here's our 50% down here. It's a huge breaker too. Here's the high, here's the low, so the breaker is like literally like this, which is massive. Let's just look for inverted fair value gap. Don't really have an inverted fair value gap. It's pretty wicky and messy. And then here's the SIBI. If you really believed in this and you thought the price was going lower, this is the candle that's tapping back into this SIBI here. Like I say, I'm not shorting on a bullish day, but I'm just pointing out that potential. It is the macro. But we've got SMT'S on both sides, and this has been the stronger one down here. So I'm not trusting a bearish setup on a bullish day. It may be that there might be a better setup like at the next macro. You know, I'm just thinking what ICT says after there's been a big movement, uh, a big run up or run down, that it's better to wait and give price time to reset itself. This is potentially, I was burned earlier this week. I'm not shorting this. This could just be a small pullback and it could just burst right up. I mean, we've got these equal highs right above us, right? Even on the 1 minute, like it's pretty wicky in here, right? When we anticipate displacement, like I want to see displacement with big bold candles, right? Like I want to see some fair value gaps being formed. Like to me, those are, oh, this is displacement, right? That this here, this is wicky. It's not it's not real strength, right? So anyway, I'm not going to be fooled again this week by the market. Not on this move anyway. The power of journaling, right? This could have just been a nice setup to go longer. So we made a low, we came back up, and we made a lower low. And then look, you know, consider this like a lower low and then price continuing. when we have price action like this, it's nice. It would be nice to see on a 15-second or 30-second chart, because then you do get to see the BISIs and SIBIs forming, but that's just the way it is. My 10 o'clock candle is going to open in 1 minute. And there's the 10 o'clock candle, opening price. Notice on the first presented fair value gap, it opened, it went above, it went below, it went above, it went below. You know, that to me is a signal to remain on the side. You know, that price institutional order flow has not been really defined yet. I want to see a setup like yesterday afternoon, like I showed you guys first thing this morning. That was A plus setup, and I'm waiting for A plus setups. We could see a rejection off this SIBI. Price could come down maybe to will be 50% somewhere around here, but it could be this fair value, this fair value. This reminds me of yesterday morning. Potential manipulation here. This is looking like a bullish 4-hour candle, maybe. %, XMT, that's exactly what ICT says. If the last session was trending and overnight we were trending, expect the next session to consolidate or reaccumulate if the target has not yet been met. So with that, I'm waiting till lunch session. Exactly, 100% XMT. That's exactly, you're on point with that comment. So maybe for others who may not be familiar with that. So what XMT is saying is that the first thing that we have to establish is where is price being drawn to on the higher time frame. I'm just going to take off all this stuff here. Right? So on the higher time frame, we have to have a narrative in mind. And this is what we do on the weekend is what is the goal for price to reach on a weekly basis, right? That's why we look at the higher time frame. So when the week started, we thought, okay, this could be the week with CPI and PPI for maybe not all-time highs, but at least to get up here, right? Up into this area here that price has not been to since November 4th, basically. That's the higher time frame narrative. Excuse me. And so all week, price has been, trending towards that target, whatever target we define as the higher time frame target for price. And so all we're doing is we're aligning ourselves with institutional order flow to get to that target. And when price has had a big move or a trending move, either overnight or the day before, manipulation can be delayed. It can be delayed by a session. It could even be delayed by a day. We could see price really chop around. That's why I was surprised to see price trend so high last night, because we had a big movement down and then a big bold movement up. And usually price needs to chatter around, price distortion, that kind of thing. So what XMT is saying is that in these situations, it's probable, it could be probable that manipulation is delayed. And so what we're watching right now is we're watching price distortion right now. Like there's nothing, if our larger time framework is that price is seeking higher prices, this is price distortion. This might be a little bit of a pullback, but ideally we want to align ourselves with the higher time frame institutional order flow, which is bullish. So we may, as per XMT, it's 10:07 already, right? We haven't really seen manipulation yet this morning. The last manipulation would have been 3 a.m. London, right here. And that was an opportunity to get in right there. But here, there's not much going on, and it's pretty high risk to try and short the. It's not the top, because the framework that we've built over the week is that price is going to make a run for either the previous month high or at least these equal highs here, right? So this is just price distortion, and it could do this for the morning. And this is the kind of price action that just will steal your money. Right? Just think of it that way. This is risky price action. We want to align ourselves with the higher time frame institutional order flow. We want to look for an entry into an area of discount. And right now we are deep into premium. So that's what XMT is. That's XMT's point. And I hope I've expanded on your point correctly there, XMT, the way that if you had a mic in front of you that you would have expanded on that, but I think you summed it up really nicely. So it's 10:09. This macro is coming to an end at 10:40 at 10:15, because our macros are, again, I don't want to be repetitive, but sometimes we have new people join us and they just don't know. So I am going to be a little bit repetitive, but our macros are on the hour. And if manipulation happens before the macro, then we can expect continuation once the macro happens. So if there's a very, very clear manipulation before XX45, then we can enter at XX42 and therefore not miss the run. So I hope that has clarified what XMT 89 has shared with everybody today, because these are wise words by a wise trader that is just patient to sit and wait. So just while we're sitting here and waiting, I just for those that were not on here early this morning, there was a beautiful setup yesterday afternoon. I just want to review that again with you guys, because this is what I personally, this is my model. This is what I'm looking for. This is a smart money reversal. So yesterday afternoon, now this is on the 5 minutes, and you can get an earlier entry off a lower time frame. But let's just look at the 5 minute here. So yesterday, at 1335, so just before the macro started, this candle right here, this candle at 1335, we had made this low. And what we're looking for is we're looking for a low, a pullback to a high, and then a lower low. Between this candle and this candle, and if we look at ES, we have this candle and this candle in the opposite direction. Can you see that there's an SMT here? So we have displacement. We have an SMT. We have a change in the state of delivery. Super clear. So if this is the lowest candle, then our change in the state of delivery is right here. Sorry. I'm going to make this larger. Change in the state of delivery. Change in the state of delivery is just a fancy word for we were in a sell program, then we had price distortion, then we had a smart money reversal, and price is going to move to a buy model. This is a market maker model. So we also have a breaker block. So we have a low, high, lower low, higher high. We have our inverted fair value gap is between this candle and this candle. So 1, 2, 3. And then our fair value gap down here, you can't see it on the 5-minute, but if you move to the 1-minute or 2-minute, you can see it here. This is an A+ setup. This is what I'm looking for. Let me just move this, just move this. So SMT, change in the state of delivery, breaker block, inverted fair value gap, price wick down. This is when Trump started talking. So I entered somewhere around here, and then I got wicked out, got wicked out by Trump. But when I saw this setup, it was just perfect. And then price moved up all night long. So this is what we're looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Excuse me. This is my model. This is my entry model, and this is what I use every day. And it's clear as mud. There's no mistaking it when it sets up. And if you have to squint your eyes or pull out a magnifying glass to determine if there's manipulation, then you shouldn't have to work that hard. Like, it should be really, really clear. Looks like our 4-hour candle is probably going to go bullish because we've got our wick here. This is our low point, and at some point price will move up. This is not financial advice. I don't suggest you trade. I don't teach trading. I'm an ICT student. This is for entertainment purposes only. And I would never recommend that anyone trade because it's such a high risk. XMT, if smart money positioned themselves long yesterday afternoon to ride the weekly distribution higher, then we won't see deep retracement, but rather time distortion to engineer liquidity. Oh my God. I am gonna like literally take that word for word and put that in my trading journal. I am taking that, XMT. You just like I couldn't have said that better myself. Yeah. So again, let's just go back to the hourly and just see where we are here. The time to get in was here. And if we look at the daily, where is the Monday? So Monday open here, we were kind of like chomping around in this range. Yesterday, when smart money brought price down here, everybody thought, oh, we're going to keep going, right? The price is just going to continue to dump. And this is beautiful manipulation. This here is just, and here's the SMT, beautiful manipulation, and then price all the way up. So the question is, where does smart money want to take the daily range to this week? There's no news tomorrow, but sometimes on no news days we have price can really move sometimes, but we've got equal highs up here, right? We've got equal highs up here. So this is my first goal or objective that I'm looking at to take these highs. So right now we're at 865. I'm just going to round off down to the hundreds. And then up here we're at 0.45. So just over 26,000. So that's where we are. So the trading setup should be very simple. It should be very clear. the whole idea with this model is to be able to anticipate where manipulation is going to form for the week, right? And you do that by going to the weekly. And when price opened and came down here, right, the mature trader is thinking this is manipulation. And smart money wants to buy cheap down here. They want to pick up their apples for 25 cents and they want to sell them for 10 bucks up here. That's what smart money does. That's how smart money makes money. And at least our eyes have been open through ICT that we know what they're doing. And we just want to align ourselves. We're not here to beat the market. We're here to align ourselves with the market. It's like when you go whitewater rafting, you're not trying to go up the river. You're coming down the river, right? You're coming down the Colorado River with the current, with the waves. You don't start at the bottom of the Colorado River and say, I'm going to ride up it. So that's our job as traders, is to identify on the weekly, what is the weekly objective? What is the weekly objective? What is the monthly objective of smart money? So anyway, when I saw that set up yesterday and I took it, and then Trump on his committee or whatever wicked me out, I was like, ugh. I think at that point I was just tired. I didn't want to stay awake all night. Anyway, but ideally, that's you position yourself at the, where you think the manipulation has happened, and then just remain in the trade kind of thing. So again, it's 10:18. The first macro anyway has ended, or the AM macro has ended, and it's just a big fat mess, right? It's just a big fat mess. There's nothing. It's just price distortion. So if you didn't lose any money this morning because you're just a little more insightful to what's going on, then congratulations, because patience is always going to win the day. And it doesn't mean that we're going to have a setup every day, but it means that when the good setups come, we know what we're looking for, and we're not going to involve ourselves in situations that are high risk. And when you just look at this on a 5 minute, like, this is nothing. This is price distortion. This is big money engineering liquidity, as XMT said. And you guys should take a screenshot of what XMT said and put it in your trading journal, because I don't think anyone has said it better. YM is taken off. So YM is way above previous day high. NQ just slightly below, and ES slightly above previous day high. But lots of wicks, doji candles. It's a nothing burger. Whoops. Let's just go to the hourly. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I think I'm going to close the live. Like, there's nothing here, and I really don't want to sit here for the next I don't know, hour and a half and watch this thing chop around. I think it might be more interesting at around 2 p.m. Like, if there's going to be something, there might be something around 2 p.m. Otherwise, Yeah, otherwise, I think that's it. It's just, I think I'm going to take my dog out and go and enjoy this snow. It's snowing like crazy. And I'm going to video. I'm going to make a video of what it's like to live in Canada with a ton of snow. And I'll take my tripod. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my tripod and I'll try and put up a video later today of what crazy Canadians look like. So you guys have an awesome, awesome day. Okay, stay safe and just wait for the A+ traits because they're coming. Don't put your money at risk for stupid things. Okay, and anyway, so I'm gonna just peek in at 2 p.m. and if I get anything, I'll post it. I'll make a video, but if not, that's it. And I'll be live again on Sunday at 2 p.m. for the market analysis for next week. So anyway, you guys stay safe, be awesome, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.